All right, guys, welcome to round, what is it? I think it is round 12 of season 5 here of the SRM Esports League. We will be driving around the Albert Park street circuit today. The first ever Grand Prix held was in 1996. It's going to be a total of 29 laps with a short quali in front of it, I think. The circuit length for one lap is 5.2 kilometers in total. The race distance will be 153 after those 29 laps are finished. The best quality record ever recorded here on this track was by Charles Leclerc with a 117.8, and the best lap record was also by Charles Leclerc with a 120.2. Of course, that was last year, I think it was, with the new track layout, because it has been changed a little bit. Sorry for my interruptions. So yeah, the most Grand Prix ever won on this track is by Schumacher. He has won 4, of course, not to be mistaken by his son. It's the older Schumacher, of course. Then we've got the country we're in. It's going to be Australia. So that's great to see. Rather a big, well, wait, hold on. My screen is some weird stuff. Okay, so it's rather a big country with surface, but the inhabitants is not that impressive, if I'm being honest. You only got 26 million inhabitants, so it's not really bad, is it? As I'm trying to get my controller plugged in, it's not really working, so I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Because it seems like my remote play has quit. So yeah, that's not really good. The best overtaking opportunities are going to happen in turn 1, 13, and in the start finish straight, because that's where you will have DRS, of course. Let me get my stream up real quick, because I mean, my PlayStation is doing some weird stuff recently, so that's not always too great to see, as it seems like we have a short qualifying and it's gonna rain. So let's get straight into that, as it seems like some people already went out. It's Keitel, and let's get these things up here. Track map 2, because that's quite important. I think Marky is the first one who went out, or maybe no, it's gonna be Michael who went out first. Michael F1 28, well, 2008. In Belgium we say 28. It's not really that important. So yeah, he's going for a lap already. It's intermediate time, so that's not too bad, as I was afraid it was going to be wet weather conditions. But I mean, wet tire conditions. I mean, you know what wet tire, I mean, like the blue ones, not the green ones, because those are intermediates, of course. So yeah, Michael right now. Oh, he's still on an outlap. Okay, then it's Dundries who is the first one on the lap. My apologies. So let's have a look how he's taking those curbs, because I mean, Australia, quite a difficult circuit, especially with wet weather conditions, and it seems like he has the fastest first sector. I mean, it's quite obvious because he's the only one who has done the first sector already, as he is coming across the second sector at the moment. Let's take a look at his POV, as I'm a little bit mistaken by the desktop audio. Here we go. So we are having the game sound too. It's quite important. So yeah, Dundries right now, he is coming across the third sector already, as he is finding some great speed here. Let's see how he takes the corner here. Quite a difficult corner. You cannot bring too much speed into that one, as it seems like there's already a little dry line on the track. Let's have a look. He did go a little bit wide in the corner before this one. Let's have a look. There's already a yellow flag, and that appears to be Michael, as Dundries just set a lap with a 130.7. Let's have a look with Dopey Lemon, so he's right behind him. He is going for a lap right now. So you want to have a look how he is going around this track. He takes a lot of curb on the inside there, on the outside too, so that's great to carry much speed, especially in wet weather conditions. It's quite important to take all the curbs, because that's when you gain the most speed, because you cannot go very fast through the corners, and you want to, well, You want to have a little bit understeer, but not too much, as you will have your car running on the off track. So Marky just put in the fastest lap, followed by Dundry, Keitel actually, my apologies, Keitel, Dundries, and Steve. Then Friendly Dutch is in fifth. He's not last this time, so that's great to see, as we're seeing an Alfa Romeo driver here almost in the barrier. He's a little bit off track, but let's get back to Dopey Lemons as he's coming across this difficult section too, because I mean, especially in wet weather, it's quite hard to keep your car on track, and when you go through that corner, you have a little bit less tires. Well, how do I say this? Tire pressure? I'm not sure. It's just really an explanation, but you have less traction through that corner, and it could cause you to spin quite instantly. So right now, Dopey Lemon is coming across the last few corners. Let's have a look what he's gonna do as he is coming across the start finish straight right now. And what he's gonna put a 129.6. So it seems like the track is really drying up because the drivers who are coming in later, well, who are coming across the start finish line later, are really putting in faster laps, such as Fardba, who had the fastest first sector. So that's great to see. Let's have a look if he has the fastest second sector too. It doesn't seem like it, I'm not quite sure where that line is. It is right after that green dot you see on the little curvy straight in sector 2. And yeah, he's coming across these last few corners. He's sliding a bit on that curb. Quite dangerous, but it carries you more speed throughout that corner, as it seems like he's taking these corners quite beautifully. Yeah, trying to get on that dry line, because that's when you carry more speed into the corner. Fardba puts himself in P5 right now. Let's have a look what anyone else is going to be able to do. Friendly Dutch, I don't think he's out for a new lap. I think he's still on these old tires, although he's not really improving, so don't think he's going to try for another lap. Dundries is coming into the pits. Marky is on another lap, and it seems like he's going pretty fast. Yeah, it's really noticeable that all these drivers are staying on the dry line, and we're seeing Dopey Lemons putting in another fast lap. So I think he's a driver. Ooh, Marky almost spun out there. That was very interesting. So there's a Alfa Romeo coming across the line right now. Let's have a look. And he just put in the fourth fastest time with a 7/10 improvement, so that's great to see. He puts himself in fourth place. But yeah, Dopey Lemon seems to have practiced in the wet weather conditions, because he was not that fast last week. I think it was in Silverstone. He was not really showing great pace, but right now he seems to be the fastest in the qualifying with almost 7/10. So that's great to see, as it's only going to be a short qualifying. Paul's got a ball just joined, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to still take a part in this practice, but he should be able to race during the actual race. It's going to be a 50% race here around Australia. Coming across the last few corners, as it is very important to nail these ones. And I'm not sure if it's the best solution to touch those curbs on the outside there in turn. Let me have a look. I think it's turn 14. Let me do the calculations real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's turn 11 actually. So turn 11 there on the outside, where Friendly Dutch was a few seconds ago. And he is up by 2/10, so I think he should be able to put himself nowhere, because 2/10 improvement wouldn't put him anywhere, as he is coming across the last corner right now. Let's have a look. Is he gonna improve, or is he not? Seems like he's going pretty fast though. He improved by 5/10, so he puts himself right in front of Keitel. And now we got all the other drivers still on track. Fard Burr right now. I don't think he's gonna put another lap in. And the Williams driver is going quite slow, and it seems like there is a Haas driver going for an out lap right now, so we might want to have a look at his POV during the actual lap to see how he analyzes the circuit compared to other drivers. So right now we're seeing the Williams driver there on the inside, as he's leaving much room for the drivers to pass, so that's great to see. Michael is really close to the Alfa Romeo driver right now, so if he's really a little bit faster than the Alfa Romeo driver, I don't think he's going to be able... Ooh, and he's spinning in the wall. He lost it. Michael, very unfortunate, but he was doing some spectacular things there coming out of that last corner. Let's have a look. Mini Sprite is already improving by 3/10, so that should put him in P8. And Steve is not really putting in a great show at the moment. He's sliding through the track, and I mean, here's the thing, you know, Steve has been on an up and down lately, because he had put in some great results, but lately I don't think he is putting in some great results. And I want to have a quick look at the standings real quick. As it seems like Steve is currently in P7, so that's not really too great to see, as he's coming across the last corner right now, and he is putting in a 131.7, so a 5/10 deficit from what he is used to run. Sprite improved by 6/10, but it's not going to put him anywhere. Oh wait, no, it is actually going to put him somewhere, but not really close to the top 7. So yeah, let's have a look if he's going to be able to climb up the top. Maybe he has to improve a little bit more here in the third sector. And it seems like he is doing quite well, managing his tires and the track and his car. He's not sliding around like Steve was. Maybe a little bit losing the traction there at the back of his car. He's coming across the line with a 130.5, which will put him P8. So is Steve for another lap? I think he is. He's up by 2/10. And that will put him not in front of Mini Sprite, but it will put him a little bit closer. And if he can improve a little bit more in the third sector, it will definitely put him in front of Mini Sprite, and maybe even in front of Keitel. Depends on what his track, well, what his lap was previously. If it was a good lap but bad in the third sector, and he improves by, I mean, what can I say, 5/10, he will put himself maybe in front of friendly Dutch. So let's have a look. He's coming across the last corner. It will put him in a good spot, though. It will put him in a good spot. 130.3 will put him in P8. So yeah, we got, I think it was Dundries who just put in a better lap. No, it was not Dundries. It was Keitel, and he puts himself in P4. Dundries coming across the line with a 3.8 second loss to his previous time. Dopey Lemons is still on a lap, so he just started this one. So we want to have a look at how he's going to manage this track. Maybe have a look at his POV, as it's quite important for the race to analyze this track. He is losing a little bit of traction there, which will cause him a few tenths. It's quite important. Wait, he is not using any ERS, so I think he is saving up for next lap. We'll try to do one more lap, or maybe he's gonna come in, change the tires, and then try to put in another lap, as this is a very difficult corner. You have to not to use your throttle too much into that corner. It's actually a little bit of a chicane. I wouldn't call it a chicane. I mean an S section. Not sure how I should call it. Lemons handling this third sector quite well. We are seeing a lot of drivers losing traction here, but it doesn't seem like Dopey Lemons has those problems. He's touching this curb and he's gonna lose the car a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. He has much traction, and we're gonna see a flying lap right now, as he is using all his CRS going into the first corner, second corner, using a lot of curb on the exit there, as he lost a little bit of his car. It doesn't really matter, it's gaining him time as he's coming across the fourth corner. I think it is the fourth corner. Touching those curbs quite beautifully. Not touching this one, maybe on the exit he does actually, and the car seems very slippery of what I can see on the screen. Let's have a look if he's improving, and it seems like it didn't really give us any information. He almost lost the car there, as there is a yellow flag in sector 1, and that seems to be Steve, so he won't be able to improve anymore. P8 is the best he can get, but I'm pretty sure that all the other drivers behind him are still going to be able to put a lap in. Dopey Lemons, is he going to put a better lap in? I missed the delta again, so it's going to be a surprise till the end of the race. Well, till the end of his qualifying run. Really secure on the throttle there, not causing... Oh, he almost lost his car. Very close. Let's have a look. Touching this curb a little bit. Having a good exit. It doesn't seem like it, and he is coming into the pits. So he's going to try and put in some new rubber and try to put in a better lap. As we're having Dundries on the lap right now, it doesn't seem like it because he is invalidated this lap. Friendly Dutch on the lap. He is 2 tenths up, so maybe we can have a look at his POV. And he is coming across the first sector, last few corners in the first sector, and quite a difficult sector here because you can go through the next corner almost full throttle, but it doesn't seem like these drivers are really secure and confident to do that. So let's have a look. He is not really losing too much of his car, which will definitely be a benefit going into the race, and it seems like he touched the wall there a little bit, and that might have caused him to have damage on this wall, on his vehicle. And let's have a look throughout this corner. Yeah, he's cutting the corners. I don't think that's even allowed, but it doesn't really matter because he's gonna try and come into the pits for some new tires and get a better run, you know. Who is on a lap right now? It seems like Marky is on a lap. And he was improving by 7 tenths, and that's great to see. Because he just put in a 129.0, and it was Kaido who put in a 129.03. So that's quite close to each other. Only 2 tenths difference, 1.5 actually. To be precise, 1.7, you know. 17 thousandths. Let's say it like that, you know. Marky right now missed the delta. Let's have a look. I mean, there's not much to improve here in the second sector. I find it more of an easy sector, except for the last corner, but that's in the third sector already. So let's have a look. He is down by 4 tenths, so I don't think he's gonna be able to improve. Ba just puts in the fastest lap of 128.8, so he is going to get pole this race, I'm pretty sure, because I mean, Marky isn't really going to be able to put in another lap when he comes into the pits, so he'll have to try to put in one more after he finishes this one. And then we're going to have a look, because Mini Sprite is on the lap. He was 7 tenths down, up on his time. Well, how do I say this? 7 tenths down, right? He was 7 tenths down on his previous lap, and that's not really great to see. Like, how do you say it actually? Is it you're up on your time or you're down on your time? So the plus is you're up on your time, right? My apologies for the loud sound. It was my ring who fell off my hand, so we'll have to get that real quick, and then I'll be right back. We are looking at Mini Sprite at the moment as he is nailing this circuit for the best he can do, and Marky is on another lap, so after Sprite we want to have a closer look at where Marky is going to finish, if he's going to stay in P1 or if he's going to stay in P2, or if he's going to improve to get that P1 position here in qualifying. It's a short qualifying, so it's pretty serious, you know. You get only a few chances to put in a great lap, and it's great. It's more enjoyable to see a short qualifying than a full qualifying. There's a Mercedes on the outside there, leaving quite a bit of space. Mini Sprite, is he coming across the line? He is, and he's gonna put in a 129.9, which will place him in P7, so he improved by a little bit, 5 tenths, and that's, I mean, it's a pretty good lap. Let's have a look. Marky is gonna come across the line, and I don't think I thought wrong. He is gonna put the fastest lap of the qualifying with a 128.5. So he's just beating all of his rivals. He beat Fardba with 3 tenths, Kaido with 5 tenths, Dopey Lemon with 5 tenths too, and Dundries with 7 tenths. Well, 6 point something, but close enough, you know. Yes, this is gonna be your qualifying winner, RS Markey. Congratulations to him, as this will be your standings of the qualifying. It's gonna be Markey in P1, Fardba in P2, Kyle in P3, Dopey Lemons in P4, and to finish the P5, well, the top 5 is Dundries, and all the way at the bottom is gonna be Walsey, Michael, Balls Got Ball, and Thibaut. Yeah. Getting up some stuff real quick, as it's all gonna be good. As we want to talk a little bit more about the strategy, it's gonna depend on what weather is gonna be, of course. If it's gonna rain, we're not really able to use this strategy. And I'm gonna take a quick look if it's gonna rain before I'm gonna talk, as it's quite important, because I mean, you can't really use hard tires when it's raining, right? So yeah, let's take it's not gonna rain. It's gonna be a medium hard strategy. Otherwise, you can go for a soft medium strategy if you want to go fast off the line. Because the soft tires are having more grip, so you will be gaining a few positions at the beginning of the race. And also, when there's a little safety car going on, you can benefit from that soft medium strategy. You can also go for a soft hard strategy, and that's only when there's going to be one safety car at the beginning of the race. So yeah, that's something you have to calculate for. I saw a league race yesterday, and those guys went for a soft hard strategy after a what's it called, a pit stop in lap 5. I think it was 28 or 29 laps, and they won the race with 13 seconds in front. So if there's an early safety car, definitely go for a soft hard strategy if there isn't going to be any safety car after that, but you don't know the future. So to be sure, just go for a medium hard strategy, because especially here in Australia, your tires are really difficult to handle, and if you're having soft tires, they will die off after 3 or 4 laps. Maybe no, I think that's too pessimistic. Maybe 7 or 8 laps, your tires will be done. So I definitely well, I would suggest going on the softs, but if you're able to manage those tires quite well. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about the track. As we are seeing, there are two great overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and into turn 13, as 13 is a hard braking zone, so it's turn 1, and then it's really easy to put your car next to the other driver and well, make the move work. It is going to be a little risky in turn 13, as you can see on screen. It's a little zoomed in after that DRS detection point. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's a wide turn, and maybe you can make a move work in turn 14 too. Depends on how you take the corner. And then on the start finish straight, that's quite obvious why. You have a lot of DRS and you can make a dive bomb into turn 1. But I think with the DRS, you can even make a move before the turn. And then in sector 2, I don't think there's any overtaking opportunity, because right after sector 1, you're seeing a little chicane S section thing. It's going too fast to make an overtake, and then into the next corner you're not really able, and then you got the long straight, but it's a little bit of a curved straight, but I think it's still considered as a straight. And then you got into that sector 3, the difficult section, little S/chicane section, and it's really difficult to overtake there too. You have the DRS after that, but I think the straight is a little too short to make the overtake work. Maybe in turn 11 it's possible, but it's going to be difficult, as the drivers are settling themselves on track to warm up their tires, and it's Pirelli suggests a medium hard strategy or a soft medium hard strategy. Soft medium hard is the worst strategy suggestion I've ever seen, but it's possible, you know. Let's have a look at the standings real quick. And it seems like Markey has secured his P1 position last race in, where was it, Silverstone, where he got the W, I think. And then we've got Dopey Lemons in P2. It's going to be Liam Ye in P3, but it doesn't seem like he is in the lobby today. And then we've got Dundries in 4th, Keidel in 5th, Richard in 6th, Steve in 7th. I cannot read who is in 8th. And then we've got Friendly Dutch in 9th. So yeah, Friendly Dutch doing a better job than he did last race. He was down 2 laps, I think. And today he is in P6. So let's hope he's not going to lose his car on track today, and that he's going to finish in point to climb up a few positions, as it is going to be Steve who DNF'd during the qualifying, and he has to start in P9. So yeah, we're going to see some great action today. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, as all the tires are still warming up. All the tires are still warming up. That's quite obvious because they're warming up the tires, the drivers, but there was a little miscommunications to myself, and I think it's time for a drink. It's gonna be long talking. 29 laps of 1 minute and 25 per round, per, what's it called, a lap. So we're gonna be here for another maybe 30 minutes, but that's always great to see. It's going to be a great race, and especially with these drivers, they're very experienced, and I don't think we're going to see many crashes today. Maybe crashes caused by themselves, but not really because of incidents. As all the other drivers are lining up, making sure they are placed in the correct position, and it seems like Mini Sprite hasn't been able to do that. Very unfortunate. We want to get the position changes up real quick, as we want to see who is gaining positions and who is not, as there has been a little glitch at the beginning, but that doesn't really matter. And it's going to be 5 right lights. Out, and away we go. Here for round 12. Ooh, I don't know what Walsey is doing there. Pretty interesting. But it's round 12 of SRM Esports Season 5, and it's going to be Fardba making the move on the outside of RS Markey, and he's made the move done. It's going to be Dundries gaining 2 positions already, trying to make the move on RS Markey, and he's going to make the move done. It doesn't seem like there has been a crash between themselves and Fardba, and he has lost a couple of positions. Very unfortunate, but it's going to be Markey in P1 right now. Dundries made up 3 positions. Mini Sprite made up 3 positions, and it's going to be Richard, who also gained 1 position. Dopey Lemons, one of the biggest losers of the night, together with Fardba. And this is some great racing at the start already. It's going to be Markey in P1. Is Keidel going to make the move work on Dundries? I think he is on the inside. He made the move work, and he is going to move up to P2. And Dundries is a little nervous, and he's got Mini Sprite behind him too. Is he going to lose another position? I hope he isn't. Dundries is going to make the move on the inside. He backs out of the move, and that's going to be your top 3, as it's not sure who is going to be in P3 yet, because Mini Sprite is making the move into the last sector, and he is backing out of it, as it seems like there is a little train here. Let's have a look. Fardba is quite close to Friendly Dutch, and we don't want to see another incident happening between these 2 drivers, because there has been some heated arguments already in the chat. And yeah, it's better for the league if they are not colliding again. So let's have a look. Fardba losing 5 positions, quite unfortunate, but Keidel is quite close to Markey right now. Friendly Dutch made the move work on Dopey, but it seems like Dopey got the position back. And it's going to be Fardba setting themselves up for the move on Friendly Dutch. And someone spun out. It's Mini Sprite. Very unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there, but I think he lost his car on the curb. And it seems like someone is going into the pit, into the wall, and it's Fardba once again. Very unfortunate for him. And I'm not sure there is a safety car, so we want to have a little look at the chat. What happened between himself and another driver? It's still a yellow flag, and it's still a safety car, so we're gonna have a little break. We want to see who is going in for a pit stop, because I mean, a couple of guys might go for a hard tire strategy during the safety car, and it seems like nobody is going into the pits. Nobody came into the pits. Maybe Friendly Dutch. Did he come into the pits? I think he came into the pits. Let's have a look. Tires, one driver only. It's gonna be Friendly Dutch, and a couple of drivers went onto the hard tires at the beginning of the race. Dopey Lemons. It's gonna be Richard, Steve, and Basketball, who went into the pits for, well, not into the pits, they started the race on hard tires. And the only driver who came into the pits for hard tires is Friendly Dutch. And the question is gonna be, is Friendly Dutch gonna gain some positions thanks to that strategy? I think he is. He was, I mean, he was around P6, P5. And after the safety car, he's just gonna have to push a little bit, overtake some people, but he's definitely not gonna lose any time compared to Marky if he is gonna pit stop. And I mean, here's the thing, you know, the hard tires are gonna last longer than the medium tires, and if Marky is gonna come into the pit, well, I'm gonna tell you a situation which might happen. So let's say Friendly Dutch is gonna gain how many positions is Friendly Dutch gonna gain? Like 5. He's gonna get back to P7. And then, for example, Marky is gonna pits, and it's gonna be lap 13. Friendly Dutch is back up to P7, maybe P8. To be realistic, let's say P9, due to crashes or something. And then there's gonna be another safety car around lap, what can I say? Lap 20, let's say lap 20. And then there's gonna be Friendly Dutch passing all those medium tire runners. And then he can basically say, I'm gonna get into the pits for one more pit stop, and then all the other guys have to follow, because otherwise Friendly Dutch is gonna be the fastest guy on track with the freshest tires, and all the other drivers are on medium or hard tires for already 7 laps. And then it's not really, I mean, I think Friendly Dutch made a great decision going onto hard tires right now. If there's a late safety car, he can go onto soft tires. If there's an early safety car, he can just stay on those hard tires. Steve just lost his car, so I'm not sure what's happening here between these drivers, and Steve is coming back up the grid as everyone is letting him go through, because otherwise they got a penalty, and it seems like Steve already has that penalty going on right now. And I'm gonna be interested. Yeah, it is actually gonna be safety car in this lap. So let's have a look what's gonna happen here. Michael made a move work on Richard. I'm not quite sure how that happened, because it's still safety car situations, and I think he might get a penalty at the end of the race for that, for overtaking under yellow flags. And we want to have a look when Marky is going. Of course, I would suggest to go as early as possible, because the more traction you have coming out of that last corner, the better it is. And I'm gonna check something real quick on my phone. Okay, it is perfect. Marky already went. He's coming into the last corner, and he has good traction, but he's got Kydal right on his tail with good traction. He's using all of his ERS on the main straight. And is he gonna make the move work? He's gonna go. He's gonna sit it out. He's gonna wait. Quite an interesting decision from the Mercedes driver, because he's got Dundries right on his tail, and now they're going 3 wide into the third corner, and it doesn't seem like Heidel has made a move work, but he's getting attacked from behind by Dundries, and now they're going side by side into sector 2. And it seems like Dundries has made the move work. A little bit of wheel banging there, but nothing too serious. As it's going to be Dopey who's lost a position to Michael. And Michael, is he going to lose the position once again to Dopey? It seems like Dopey is using a lot of ERS to make the move work, but it's not going to be enough here in Sector 2. Maybe in Sector 3, quite a difficult Sector 2 overtaking, as Dopey is crossing a little bit of that inner curve that might have cost him a warning. Now it's going to be Michael quite close to Keidel at the moment. And who's going to come out on top to get that P3 position? I think he might make the move work onto the start-finish straight, as he will have slipstream and ERS. And let's have a look what's going to happen. Who has the best traction coming out of that corner? It seems like it's Michael. He's 3 tenths down. Now up to 2 tenths, I think. Marky with the fastest lap. And it's going to be Michael not being able to make the move work. Mini Sprite has the fastest lap, so he's really showing some great pace here in Australia, as Friendly Dutch already made up 3 positions. So yeah, my prediction is coming quite true, as he's 3 seconds down on Steve. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to catch that in a few minutes. But yeah, at the end of maybe lap 12, he's going to get there, as he is already 2.2 seconds behind. So I mean, he's getting there quite quickly, so it might happen a little faster than I thought. Michael right now right behind Keidel. Let's have a look. Dopey is also right behind him, but he is running on hard tires, so that's a little bit of a different strategy compared to these other guys. And friendly Dutch is going to have the benefit of the pit stop on the medium tires, but I don't think he's going to have the benefit on the hard tires, as Keidel just got spun out. Very unfortunate, but it happened with Michael, and there's not going to be a safety car because nobody crashed into the wall, and that's great to see. So let's have a look. Michael right now 4 tenths behind Dundries, his own teammate, and now it's going to be the question, are they gonna play some team plays, or are they gonna battle with each other and maybe have a chance of taking each other out? And I wouldn't really recommend doing that, but yeah, it's always a question of, are these drivers well ooh, as they're going three drivers are going into the wall in the same place, and that's very interesting. And Friendly Dutch is making up big positions at the moment, as he is right behind Keidel, who has lost his car thanks to, well, I'm not sure if it's thanks to Michael, but something definitely happened there, and we'll have to wait till the stewards have decided what happened there, as it seems like Keidel is making up big positions already, so is Friendly Dutch. So I think the pit stop was a great decision, as he can go till the end on these hard tires and just stick around, as he is already like, what is it compared to the leader? He is 8 seconds slower than, well, 8 seconds behind the leader. So if the leader is coming into the pits, he's gonna be around 7 or 8 seconds in front of Albert. Then he's gonna lose 25 seconds in the pits, and that's gonna be a 17-second benefit for Friendly Dutch. So that's great to see, as we are seeing a Ferrari driver there in the grass, as it seems like he lost traction, so that's quite unfortunate. He's losing quite a bit of, as it seems like it's a very difficult track for these drivers to keep their car on track. And yeah, Richard has lost his car to Mini Sprite, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And it's gonna be Friendly Dutch up to 5th, Keidel up to 4th. Dopey Lemons is still quite close to Dundries, and Dundries is trying to get back to Marky, as he surely doesn't want a boring race. And the thing with Marky is I do suspect him sometimes from leaving a little bit of his throttle to making sure that he has some competition. And there's another safety car, because Paul's got ball has run into the wall. I think he lost a little bit of his back of his car, and I mean he's right there in the end of sector 1. So let's have a look what the current status of the positions. Marky in P1, Dundree's in P2, Dopey Lemons in P3, Heidel in P4, Friendly Dutch in P5, Michael in P6, T-Boy in P7, Steve in P8, Richard in P9, Walsey in P10, and to finish up the grid, Mini Sprite in P11. So yeah, quite a few drivers are going into the pits right now, and I think this is going to be quite good for Friendly Dutch, because he is going to gain a few positions, and that will gain him track positions. So that's great to see, as they all also got Thibaut to pass because he's not coming into the pits. Quite an interesting strategy from Thibaut, and he is not going to be in front of Marky. So Marky only gained only lost 2 positions to Friendly Dutch and Dopey Lemons. Now I don't think 6 laps is too much, but there's definitely gonna be another safety car later on, as that's gonna be an ideal case for Friendly Dutch to pit onto the soft or medium tires. Are you gonna be able to pit from medium to hards to mediums? As it seems like a couple of drivers went on to soft tires. Richard and Steve went on to soft tires, and then we've got Walsey who went on hard tires. Very interesting. And then we got the biggest loser of the night, Mini Sprite. He's crashed already 2 times, and then he pitted right in front of the safety car. Yeah, that means he is 26 seconds behind Walsey, as the drivers will have to stay a little bit longer behind the safety car, because not everyone is caught up, and definitely the Alfa Romeo driver at the back at P11. It's gonna take quite a while before he is at the back of this train. And let's talk a little bit more about the standings, and maybe more specific about the constructors, because this is going to be your constructors standings right now. It's going to be Aston Martin at the top, and then we've got McLaren in P2 and Williams in P3. Almost all points collected by Marquis. Haas in P4, Mercedes in P5. We're not doing an amazing job here. Fard DNF'd, and Keidel is losing a bit of positions, but he's making it back up quite quickly. He is in P6 at the moment. And then we've got Alfa Romeo in P8 and P11. So if it stays like this, they're gonna get 4 points. Then we've got Ferrari, who are in P9 and P10. Then we've got Red Bull with Friendly Dutch, and is currently in P2, so that's great to see. Who else is on a lap here? AlphaTauri. It doesn't seem like there's any AlphaTauri drivers still on track. We only had Ball joining the session a little bit later than expected, but he managed to make it. But he didn't manage to keep his car on track. Now we've got Alpine, and it doesn't seem like there are any Alpine drivers, so that's unfortunate to see. And I want to see who are the Alpine drivers actually, so I'm gonna look that up real quick. I find it very difficult. Okay, so the Alpine drivers are Mangsam and Adam, but I've never seen those drivers race, so I don't think they're in the league anymore. I mean, they're probably in the league, but they are not really driving anymore. Very unfortunate, but yeah, you know. Okay, so Friendly Dutch. Ooh, what's happening here, guys? What's happening here? A little bit of a crash between all the drivers, and Walsey is back up in P6 as we're going underway for the race already. I thought there was going to be another lap, but it doesn't seem like it. Friendly Dutch back at P11, so he's got something to prove. Richard in P10, Steve in P9, P8 actually, because he just overtook Thibaut. And I think he has a little bit of problems on his front wing because he is losing quite a bit of positions. Or it's just the tires that are, well, that are broken down. Dopey Lemons right now. He has a difference between himself and Dundrees of 1.1 seconds, so that's great to see that he is showing some great pace on these 10 lap old hards. Dundrees is having some problems with Marky right now. Marky gonna make the move, and he's backing out of that into turn 9, turn 6, turn 8. I'm not quite sure, as we still got the standings up, so that's not really great to see. So yeah, here we go. And it's still going to be Dundrees in second, but it's not going to last for long because we got Marky right behind him. And I'm going to have a look. It's going to be turn 11, 12. Okay, so it's going to be turn 9, which is quite a difficult corner to overtake in, but we do see some drivers trying to make a move there as Mini Sprite is losing another, well, is losing his car again. Richard is coming into the pits for some new tires and probably a new front wing, as it doesn't seem like anyone else is coming into the pits. So let's have a look. Dundrees. He's got Marky right behind him. He's got Dopey Lemons right in front of him. And he's being very aggressive on the throttle here, as it's not always very accurate between himself, well, between the actual driver and the screen we're getting. But it seems like Marky is really following quite well, as he's quite close to him. And he's gonna make the move in a few laps, as there is another yellow flag, and it seems like that's gonna be Sprite, who's lost his car once again. And Dundrees just touched the wall there on the outside, as Marky is gonna be able to get a little bit closer. Is he gonna make the move work? He's gonna go on the inside of this track, of this corner, and he's made the move work. I'm on the wrong side, and he is in front of him, so that's great to see, as it's going to be Marky back in P2, and maybe he can bring Dundrees together to Dopey Lemons, as I'm quite sure they don't have to battle too much anymore to get back to Dopey Lemons. Dopey Lemons, quite a good difference, but well, quite a good gap between himself and P2, because he had a 1.2 second gap, and right now it's still like that. Steve, a 3-second penalty. And let's have a look what Dopey is going to be able to do. He's quite secure on these hard tires, and I think he practiced a little bit. Keidel has lost his car, and I think he had a little incident with Michael once again, because those drivers had a little incident earlier too. And that's going to give a lot of frustration in the chat, and it might cause some drivers to have a discussion with each other. There we got a Ferrari driver in the wall. It's going to be Steve. So yeah, quite a few drivers who are having some troubles with each other, and there's going to be another safety car incident, as it doesn't seem like someone has DNF'd, but again, there's going to be another safety car, and we are 1 hour into the stream mark. And we still got 16 laps to go, so it will take another, I think, maybe 20 minutes before we're gonna finish this race. And I hope there's not gonna be any more safety cars, because that really ruins the strategies of these guys. And quite a few drivers are coming in. It's gonna be Dopey Lemons coming in for new tires, as he's gonna lose a few positions, I think, because of that strategy, from going from hards to another set of tires. This is going to be Thibaut coming into the pits too. Walsey, a drive-through penalty, speeding under pit lane, under safety car. My apologies. And Keidel is coming into the pits too. Steve is coming into the pits too. Keidel is a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. And then it's going to be Sprite making up a few positions. Keidel has gone for soft tires. I think that was a mistake. Steve has gone for soft tires too. I think that's another mistake, as these drivers are really having some issues with their tires every now and then, because then they pick the medium or the hard tires. or they and it puts the soft tires on them, and it's really annoying strategy wise because now they have to do 15 laps on these soft tires, or they're just hoping for another safety car later in this race, as it's gonna be a little time for a break at the moment. So I will be back in a few seconds. All right, guys, we're back at it again. And it seems like the safety car is coming in this lap, so that's great to see, as we don't want to see this ugly little POV, because we want to see the camera type. And Marky is going quite fast because he wants a lot of traction coming out of these last two corners, and it seems like he's got Duntry sleeping, so Walsey is losing a little bit of pace compared to Michael, as Michael is going to make the move work on the inside. Is it going to be? It is going to be. He is making the move done, and Walsey is going to try and come back, but it's not going to happen, as he has Dopey Lemons right behind him on medium tires, so that's going to be a great strategy. Someone lost his car, and it's going to be Richard once again. Marky right now. 4 tenths in front of Dundrees. And I think it's going to be a matter of time before Dopey Lemons catches these guys. And then it's going to be the question, who managed their tires the best? Because I mean, if it's going to be Dopey Lemons, he's going to be way faster than these guys. But if these guys are managing their hard tires till the end of the race, they might be able to get the race win. And it's going to be a question, who's going to be on top? Because right now, Dundrees and Michael are having a battle, but Dopey Lemons is going to try and get him into that battle, as they're going to have a 3-way battle for P2 and possibly the race win, because they have to get closer to Marky to get that P1. Mini Sprite is having a battle here, and it seems like Walsey is really losing his car. He's got Steve right behind him, and Keitel is on soft tires. All these drivers are having penalties at the moment, and that's not going to be a great case. Michael right now making the move on Dundries. Don't think he is. He's going to try and maybe defend on Dopey Lemons to secure that P2 for Dundries. I'm not quite sure what the thought is behind that, but I'm pretty sure that these drivers are not teammates of each other officially, because I think Michael is a reserve driver, as Dopey Lemons is making the move on the inside. Is it going to come out on top? It actually isn't. Great defending from Michael here in Sector 1. Going into Sector 2, and it's quite difficult to overtake here. Maybe here on the main straight, as he is using a little bit of ERS, but so is Dopey, as both drivers are equal ERS, so that's going to give some great sparks at the end of the race. 12 laps to go, as it seems like Marky already built a gap of 1.6 seconds. And Michael right now, is he going to make the move on Dundries? He actually isn't, but he has a great traction. He has great traction coming out of that corner. And is Dopey Lemons going to try and make a move? He actually isn't. 3 tenths behind, and it seems like these drivers are keeping their car behind each other. Keitel is making the move on Mini Sprite, and let's have a look. If Mini Sprite is going to try and fight back, it's going to be difficult. He is on 9-lap-old hards, Keitel 3-lap-old softs. He just has to try and stick behind Keitel, because those soft tires will die off slowly at the end of the race. Marky right now with the fastest lap. 9-lap-old hards, that's quite impressive, and maybe Keitel is going to have the fastest lap. It's actually going to be Friendly Dutch, who pitted onto new tires, medium tires. Ooh, and it seems like Mini Sprite has lost his car once again. I'm not quite sure what he is thinking this race, but it's surely not one he wants to remember, as Keitel has caught back to P5, and in front of them they got Dopey Lemons, Michael, and Dundries fighting for P2, as they're keeping it behind each other still after a few laps of battling, and nobody is coming out on top. So we want to have a look who is going to be the first driver to make the battle work. And I think it's going to be Dopey Lemons, because I'm pretty sure that Michael is not going to make the move on Dundries, especially if they're teammates for this race and possible teammates for the rest of the season, as Dopey Lemons has a better exit coming out of that corner. He's going onto the grass, losing his car a little bit. That was quite of a risky move, and he's going to try and make a dive bomb on the inside of this corner, but it didn't really work. So yeah, he had great traction coming out of that corner, but it was really risky going onto the going on the grass there at the inside of the corner, as he has got to have great traction here. He has the DRS, and Michael also has the DRS, so that's not really going to be a benefit for the Aston Martin driver. And Keitel just got the fastest lap, as they're getting quite close to those three front runners, as he has the DRS. So does Dopey Lemons, so does Michael. And is Dopey gonna make the move here on the outside? He is gonna try to do it, but Michael is going a little bit wide, trying to squeeze Dopey Lemons out of that corner, and he's gonna be back in P3. So now Dopey Lemons has to watch out. Ooh, as there are sparks coming off of the wall. It is Michael who just lost his front wing, and he's not going to be able to keep his car on track. So Dopey Lemons has a 3-second penalty right now. So does Keitel. Keitel maybe has a 6-second penalty. We want to have a quick look. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So Keitel already has 8 seconds of penalties, and then we've got Michael with 3 seconds of penalties, Steve with 3 seconds of penalties, and so does Dopey Lemons. So it's going to be almost a secure P1 and 2 for Marky and Dundries, but it's still going to be a question who's going to come out on top. And there is a virtual safety car going on right now because of that crash that happened to Michael. And DRS is enabled, as it seems like the VHC has ended, and it seems like Dundries didn't really have a great exit coming out of that corner there. And we want to have a quick look at the positions gained. Michael gained 7 positions, but he's gonna lose a few coming into the pits right now, and I'm sure that he is going on to soft tires. Friendly Dutch 3-second penalty, as there is a yellow flag, and I think that's gonna be Friendly Dutch. I'm not quite sure what happened there, as I think he's gonna try and get his front wing removed, try to get a new one on, and going on for soft tires, as it's going to be Thibaut gaining a few positions. And I think the biggest winner of today is going to be Dundries. He has done an absolute amazing race. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. It's going to be Keitel into the wall, and yeah, it's very you need to see so many drivers crash during a race, and I think that hasn't happened too much in this league yet. But today is not really their lucky day, as Dopey Lemons is gonna make the move work on Dundrees into Sector 2 as they're coming a little bit closer to Marky, and I think Dopey is gonna be able to do that because right now he is going for a hard medium strategy, and it seems to be paying off because he's really getting that position back to Marky. As we want to have a quick look at the tire conditions, 6 lap old mediums compared to 11 lap old hards. And I think these hard tires are not gonna, well, they're gonna last till the end, but you're gonna be very slow. And also those medium tires are gonna be a little bit worn out, but it is not really that important because he's gonna be on time. Well, he's gonna be close on time, so that's great to see. As I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode because it seems like there are a few issues with the internet connection. So 1.4 seconds right now, and Dundrees has already lost a few tenths compared to Dopey, so that means Dopey is really secure and really confident in these medium tires, and he is really pushing it till the limits. But now the question is going to be, is he going to come closer to Marky? It seems like he is a little bit, especially here in Sector 2, as I think that he has the straight line speed setup. It doesn't seem like it. No, Marky has a straight line speed setup, so that must mean that Dopey is a little bit faster into the corners, and we're going to see that happening after this little section. And it appears to be that he was a little bit faster, but he gone a little bit wide there on the exit, and it costed him a few thousands or hundreds, doesn't really matter. Right now, Dopey Lemons, he's coming closer though, 1.3 seconds, and if he's keeping on driving like this, he's gonna have the DRS within 2 laps, and I think that's gonna be a great opportunity for Dopey Lemons to make a move at the end of the race. And here's the question, because especially on worn out tires, it's going to be the question, what position is the best to be in? Is it going to be second or is it going to be first? Because when you're in second with worn out tires, it's going to be difficult to make the move, but it's also going to be good to try to make your opponent nervous and try to make him make a mistake. And that's going to be the key factor that Dopey has to do right now, trying to get close to Marky and make him as nervous as he can to try and make a move, or maybe make him make a mistake. So is anyone else close? It's gonna be Thibaut quite close to Michael right now. 8 lap old hard, so I don't think anything is gonna happen here, as he's getting a 3-second penalty. And we have to like have a look too, because Dopey Lemons has a 3-second penalty, and he has to make a gap of 3 seconds before the end of the race. As I'm seeing some sparks, and so I think it's raining, guys. I think it's raining. Let's have a look. No, it's not raining. Wait, there were some raindrops coming out of the air. And if that's the case, it's gonna be, yeah, it is actually gonna be raining. So it's gonna be the question, how fast is the track gonna be wet? Because if it's gonna be in a few seconds, a few minutes, what tire will be the best, these medium tires or the old hard tires? And if the drivers are not gonna pit, are the drivers behind them gonna pit for medium or for intermediate tires or maybe soft tires and try to get closer to these guys? And what's gonna be the best? It's not gonna be sure, but there's a yellow flag in sector 3, and I think that's gonna be Friendly Dutch, as I don't think he's gonna come into the pits because the track is not wet yet. And Dundrees is really putting in some great pace. There's gonna be another yellow flag in sector 3, as I think that's Mini Sprite, who yet again lost his car. So we're gonna have a look at Dopey Lemons and Marky here, and I think the medium tires is a little bit more beneficial in this weather condition, especially when it's raining and the try getting soaked and soaked. I'm not sure if that's even a word. I'm gonna get a little sip from my water real quick. The Mini Sprite has gone into the pits for intermediate tires, so we want to have a look how many time is he gonna lose compared to the leaders. So I'm gonna get this up real quick. 1 minute 19, 1 minute 19. We want to have a look at those numbers to see if they're gaining time in the corners, because these drivers seem to struggle a little bit here in this more wet condition, because it's gonna be interesting to see who is gonna make the first mistake of the race, because if you make a mistake right now, it's gonna be race over. And I think Dopey is gonna stay behind Marky till the end of the race. Maybe make a move on the start finish straight before going into the last lap, and that's gonna be a great key factor to think of. Seems like Dopey Lemon hasn't gone wide there. He has the DRS right now, and is he gonna make the move on the inside? He actually isn't. He's gonna stay behind, as I think that's the best choice to make here. They're having the Alfa Romeo driver right in front of them. And it's gonna be Mini Sprite, and he is really losing time. So I don't think ooh, it's gonna be Dopey Lemons making the first mistake, as he has gone too fast on the throttle. As Mini Sprite is still losing time, so I don't think going on to intermediate tires has been the best option for him. As there is a yellow flag into sector 3, and that's going to be Friendly Dutch once again, but he has to keep his car on track because he is still going to get some points. He is on soft tires though, so I'm not quite sure why he is crashing that much. There's also a yellow flag in sector 3, and I think that's going to be Thibaut, so a free place for Walsey, as it's still going to be 4 more laps to go with here in round 12 of season 5 of the SRM Esports League. Dopey Lemons has lost 1.3 seconds to Marquis, and they made the move. Well, he made the move work on the Alfa Romeo driver, as I think he's ghosted, so it's quite easy to make the move work, because you can just go through him, as he has the DRS, Dopey Lemons. So that's great to get back to Marquis. It seems like Michael just made the move work on Kydal. My apologies for missing that, as I will have to get the interval back up. Kydal is going to try and come back here in sector 2. Going into sector 3, he has the DRS, and if he has a good exit coming out of this corner, he can try and make the move work, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen, because he is already on 11 lap old softs, Michael on 5 lap old softs, so those tires are a little bit more beneficial. And let's have a look at Dopey, because he is 1.1 seconds off. Basically, he's 4.1 seconds off, because he's got a 3-second penalty. So now the main factor that Dopey has to do, well, the key thing that Dopey has to do right now is trying to put as much pressure onto Marquis to make a mistake and maybe lose his car into the wall. It's not a great thing to say, but that's going to be the best thing for him to do. Not causing an incident himself, but just put on the pressure as much as possible. And it seems like Mini Sprite is he gaining time? Let's have a look. He is not gaining time anymore. Well, he's never been gaining time, so that's not really a great thing to say. But I think it's not really showing any difference. So we might have to look at Kydal, because if Kydal is gaining time, that's going to be a key factor in the race. But I don't think it's going to be time for intermediate tires for either of these two drivers, as you're going to lose 20 to 25 seconds, and you're not going to be sure that you're going to get that back, especially with two or three laps to go. It's not a great decision to go onto intermediate tires in this late stage of the race. It seems like Dopey is really struggling with these tires at the moment. Thibaut is quite close to Kydal, and let's have a look, because they're both on different strategies. Kydal has gone for intermediate tires, Thibaut has gone for soft tires, and it seems like these soft tires still have more traction on the car and on the track than the intermediate tires. And let's have a look who's going to come out on top. It's going to be Thibaut. He's run a little bit wide, and now it's going to be Kydal coming back into this corner on the inside. It doesn't seem like he's making the move stick. DRS disabled, so that usually means it's time for intermediate tires, as it seems like I thought Thibaut was going to come into the pits. We want to have a look back at Dopey and Marquis, because Dopey is 7 tenths behind and he is within DRS, the DRS section, the DRS second. That was the word I was searching for. But it doesn't seem like he is going to get it because it has been disabled. Let's get back to Keitel and Thibaut here, as they're having another battle, as the top two is going into their 28th lap at the moment. Still 2 more laps to go after this one, and this is going to be your second last lap. And Thibaut and Keitel are still having a battle, and that's going to be your key factor to focus on, because if the intermediate tires are going to get better, we might see a few position changes from drivers that are going on to intermediate tires. I mean, it's not a great choice, but it's going to be something you have to look out for if you don't want to crash. Because, I mean, if it's going to get wet quite easy, and you're on 90 lap old hards like Dundree's is, you're not going to have much traction on the track. And especially he is 7 tenths in front of Steve. And if you're going to get, like, what am I going to say? Maybe 10 seconds per lap faster on intermediate tires compared to medium tires, it might be worth making the pit stop, but I mean, it's still going to be risky, and I'm not sure if I'm correct with what I'm saying, but it's going to be a great risk for these drivers, as Dopey Lemons is within 3 seconds of Marquis. Let's have a look. They don't have the DRS, and Dopey seems to be struggling here on his medium tires, and Marquis doesn't seem to have too much problems. He's just keeping it safe on track, as none of the 2 drivers are going to get into the pits, and I don't think anyone is going to get into the pits in this late stage of the race. And Mini Sprite is still slower than Friendly Dutch on soft tires, so who is going to finish first on track? That's going to be the question. I think it's going to be Marquis, because he has been strong all race, and he's going to get some great points for the driver standings too. His main rival at the moment is Dopey Lemons, and it's really unfortunate that Dopey had those 3-second that 3-second penalty during the race, because otherwise this battle would have been a little bit more exciting. But right now we are almost sure that Marquis is going to get P1, as there are some overtakes happening here between Michael and Richard, as we almost missed it. We actually did miss it. Very unfortunate, but Michael has made the move work. Thibaut here on Walsey, and I think Walsey has lost his car, so that's not something we could have seen in advance. But right now, Dopey, is he gonna make the last move here in turn 11? It doesn't seem like it, and your race winner is gonna be Marquis, as he still has a few corners to go, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna take it slow throughout these corners. And your P2 is going to be Dopey Lemons. There's the yellow flag in sector 3. It's going to be Michael, who's lost his car last lap. Very unfortunate, because I think he lost the position to Richard. And your race winner, Marquis, congratulations to him. This is going to be Dopey Lemons P2. Dundree's coming across the line in P3, and that's going to be your podium of today. Steve in P4. It's going to be Richard in P5, who's coming across the line in a few seconds. And that was going to be your Australian Grand Prix, as still a few drivers have to come across the line. But they are currently in Sector 2, as we got Mini Sprite already has finished because he has been lapped. Walsey is making the move work, has just lost his position to Heidel, who is on intermediate tires, and I think it's better weather to go on to intermediate tires, because Walsey is really struggling here on his 20 lap old hards. And I think if the race was going to be few more laps longer, it might have been a great decision for Dopey to go on to intermediate tires, because you can see how many seconds Keitel is gaining in only sector 3. It was 4 point something seconds. And yeah, it was really a key factor that the rain was coming this low in the race. But yeah, this was your Australian Grand Prix. as we're gonna have a quick look at the standings, because we want to have a look what it's gonna be with all these drivers finishing. Let's get this up real quick. So it's gonna be Marky maintaining as P1. Then we've got Dopey Lemons. I think he's gonna maintain as P2. And Dundries might be in front of Liam Yeah, because Liam Yeah didn't get a point up today because he didn't really race. And I cannot... Maybe I can zoom in. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to you guys. I need to do something real quick. I'm gonna zoom in the points. That way you guys are gonna be able to see more too. There we go. So this is gonna be... Wait, maybe we want to see the standings first, because that's important for the admins too, because then they can make the standings. So this is gonna be your thing, and we want to have a look at the standings real quick, because it's gonna be Marky P1, Dopey Lemons P2, and Dundries is indeed gonna overtake Dopey Lemons. Liam Yeah, my apologies. And then Kydal is not gonna get close to Liam Yeah. Richard hasn't scored... Yeah, he scored actually a few points. He scored 10 points. So let's get back to that. As there's gonna be quite a few changes in the field right now. Stat was a Aston Martin driver, but he is not driving anymore. Unfortunately, he does have 67 points, as it's going to be Friendly Dutch scoring 1 point. He's not going to gain any positions. And yeah, there's going to be a few changes in the lineup, but nothing too serious, as this was your Australian Grand Prix here around the Albert Park street circuit. And I thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I mean, I will catch you next week, because it's gonna be... Wait, what track is it gonna be? I'm gonna have a quick look. Gonna have a quick look, guys. I cannot watch it because I've put it on airplane mode. So it's gonna be Canada next week. Great to see. So yeah, I enjoyed streaming this, and I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will be here next week too, as this is gonna be VB Thomas for the Australian Grand Prix of round 11 of season 5 of the SRM Esports. Peace out.